Hi, this is Dave Hill from show business, but also, more importantly, from the Dave Hill Good Time Hour, which you're listening to right now. And also joining me, of course, is boy criminal Chris Gersbeck. Say hey, Chris.
Hey, how's it going?
Really great. Thanks for asking. This is a very, as you could probably tell if you looked at the time code on this or whatever, it's a very short episode. Us basically saying that we screwed up the audio for our live cast this past Monday, which we'll get into. By the way, if you don't know already, you can watch us record this show live every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're broadcasting now exclusively to Twitch at twitch.com/Mr. Dave Hill.
Twitch. It's twitch.tv.
Is it twitch.tv?
Yeah.
Okay, let's edit this. We're broadcasting now exclusively to Twitch at twitch.tv/Mr. Dave Hill. That's Mr. Dave Hill. We're no longer broadcasting to YouTube. We're getting with the kids. I'm thinking of even getting a Game Boy or something. Anyway, but today's message, today's slick as always message is that we screwed up the audio, and Chris, the brains behind the operation, deemed it sounding way too crappy to release. So we're not going to release this past week's recording to you today, and just, and then as it happens, we have the holiday Monday. What is it? Labor Day?
Labor Day, yeah.
We're going to take that off because I'm going to have liposuction. No, I'm not. I'm super ripped now, as everyone knows. So we're taking that off, and then the following week I can't do the show. So all by way of saying we're taking a accidental hiatus for all the reasons I just explained. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to be back with guns blazing, delivering these incredible episodes to you each week.
We've got some good guests lined up too.
Scorching hot guests lined up, and some mediocre ones too, as is our wont. No, all scorching hot, and so those will come out on Friday as always, and then you can watch us record live every Monday, except for the two upcoming ones that I just told you. Twitch.tv/Mr. Dave Hill. That's Mr. Dave Hill. Also, now that I understand how to use the internet and our exciting new channel, I'm also, in the interest of drawing further attention to myself, as many of you know, I like to rip guitar solos and stuff. So I'm going to completely arbitrarily be going on Twitch while I practice guitar, so you can watch me just rip solos periodically. So definitely subscribe to our channel, Mr. Dave Hill, twitch.tv/Mr. Dave Hill, Mr. Dave Hill. Subscribe, follow, and all that. And I
think it's also worth noting that.
Oh, there's something worth noting. Listen, everybody.
If we didn't release the audio from the episode we recorded on Monday, but if you want to watch the disaster that was Monday's episode, it's still on Twitch, so people if they're curious, it's not, we didn't not release it because someone went on a horrible racist rant or anything. It's like there was ranting, but nothing, no racist rants. Right. Good-natured rants. A lot of good ranting.
So yeah, you can go watch and enjoy the technical difficulties and all of that. And
a lot of people really seem to enjoy that episode, actually.
That's irony for you. We finally make a good episode and then we can't release it. Irony in a nutshell, or just a basic irony. I don't know. I go back and forth on it. Anyway, so yeah, go watch that, and then be sure to subscribe. It's a great way to support us, but also more importantly, to find out when we're doing stuff, and also be able to tune into my random guitar practicing that I do. I sit here in my office that looks a lot like a closet because there's a lot of clothes behind me, but it's not. And I practice guitar. And so when I think of it, I'll put it on Twitch, and then you can be like, wow, it would be really bad to live with Dave if this is what goes on all day, just him playing guitar solos endlessly.
Practice with the goat mask on?
I tried that, Chris. Thank you for asking, but the goat mask I bought for a Witch Tane video. Pepper Keenan from Corrosion of Conformity makes a cameo in the Sons of Satan video wearing the goat mask. The mystery goat man guitar player is Pepper Keenan. And I now have the mask in my office here. And much credit to Pepper. I tried it. I tried wearing it. You can't see anything while wearing the goat. Certainly not. You can't see to play guitar. So, credit for, but he's one of the greats. So but granted, he was not lip syncing.
Yeah.
Pretending. So, yeah. But he made it look very real. And I put the mask on. I couldn't see anything and promptly took it off. I'm still happy that I have the mask. I like a nice mask, a nice goat mask, and best $19 I've ever spent.
On our show on, was it Wednesday?
Yeah.
You were going to wear the mask, and you didn't because you couldn't play in it. But I was thinking, because that show at Littlefield was super fun, but it was also like there was a complete disaster going on outside.
Are we on Twitch TV right now? I should ask you this.
No. I'm just recording.
Oh, we should have gone to Twitch. We should have twitched it up. Yeah, we should always twitch it up. Always twitch it up.
Just all of our meetings, hangouts, just twitch them.
Yeah, if you're not twitching, are you twitching us now?
Should I?
No, we're almost done. We're almost done.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do it.
It's just everyone's talking about Twitch, and I will say, as a man of a certain age, whenever any new technology comes along, I'm completely just like, well, that's stupid. I said it as a kid when fax machines came out. I was like, that's completely stupid. But I ended up being right about that. I ended up being right about that one. Cell phones, I thought, were the dumbest. I still think cell phones are really dumb, though I acknowledge their convenience.
I was really against cell phones in the early 2000s.
Cell phones, all they do, I think cell phones are good for mapping things. If you're like, where is that one place I'm trying to find? Great for that. And that's about it, because otherwise it's like it just lets people be flaky whenever they want. And I remember, Chris, you're such just a pup. You don't remember these times, but there were times when you would make plans with somebody well in advance. You'd be like, we're gonna meet Friday at 8:00.
Yep.
At Good Time Charlie's, and which is the Chuck E. Cheese sort of rip-off kind of place of my youth. Good Time Charlie's. I don't think it's there anymore. Anyway, you would make plans, and then you would just show up, having never touched base about it again, not texting each other to be like, hey, still good? Playing a game of chicken where you hope the other person cancels so you don't have to do the thing. Yeah. Not like, hey, I'm running 5 minutes late. People would just try to be on time.
In high school, I used to try to meet up with people, and a lot of times they just wouldn't show up. And I would wait. I'd wait for like an hour or so, and then you had to go all the way home and call them and try to find out what happened. And it's usually like, oh, I forgot.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were better people for it.
Yeah, probably.
And now it's, so what else? Okay. So I rant, but everyone's like, oh, you got to twitch it up. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to twitch it up. But here I am, basically counting on Twitch to get my life back on track.
Feed Lucy. Feed
my sweet dog. Put a little gas in the tank. that's why we have the Venmo and all that up here. Any support you can give us, we just really desperately need it in these desperate times. They're stopping unemployment. You can't cut unemployment anymore.
Wow.
Yeah. So, not that I really leaned into any of that, but I'm just saying that as a general thing that's happening in the world. Okay. So anyway, these now you can tell now my lack of oxygen is kicking in. This ended up being what we've been. It's like it might end up being a full episode actually.
Maybe, yeah.
As much as I was like, let's just make a quick message to people telling them. Now here we are.
You look really crisp and clear right now.
I have a glow about me. I don't know
if it's because it's daylight. Do you have a window in there?
I do. It's sun. You're getting sunlight. This is natural sunlight coming in. I also haven't had a drink in 4 days, which is some kind of record. Which is not to say I'm a booze bag, but I like a nice glass of wine, or a beer, or literally any form of alcohol available to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have a bit of a sparkle to me as a result, I think. Anyway, let's ride off and we didn't want to just leave you hanging. Our global audience. So this is our message for you today. Message to you, Rudy, if that is your name. A lot of people don't know this, but my reggae, ska...
I was going to ask you, because you sang that in one of your recent videos on Instagram.
I've secretly been, having a full-on reggae, rock steady, ska, or skia, as the real...
Ska?
Skia, like Lee... The real reggae guys call, Lee Scratch Perry and, all the... real dudes from Jamaica call it skia because it's based on the sound the guitar makes, like skia, 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 skia.
Right.
So they call it skia. I know you, Chris, who are really into Save Ferris and things like that. You call it ska, and that's fine. And that's not me making a joke against Save Ferris. No beef with Save Ferris. Just saying.
I saw, Save Ferris was the first band that I saw without my parents at what was the name of the club? It's not there anymore. Tonic, maybe?
A Tonic, wow.
Tonic.
Yeah.
I went with the girl I was dating at the time. I was 14.
Wow.
Save Ferris.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So many questions. No, Save Ferris, I don't know if they're still a band, but they had a very charismatic front woman. I remember.
Yeah,
that.
Monique Powell.
Yeah, she was great. Mm-hmm. Probably still is. I'm sure she still is. She was a force. I think their bass player wore a bear head.
Yeah.
Too, which I also respect that. So.
He did. Late 90s ska.
Yeah. But here we are. We're really drifting off into. We're talking about late 90s ska, and there's what is that thing like? There's something called whenever Hitler is brought up, that means the conversation is over.
Oh, really?
There's a name for it, but it's basically in an argument. When someone invokes Hitler, that means the argument is you can't pursue the argument any further. I forget what this is called, but
the same applies to third wave ska.
I would say when third wave ska comes up, it's time to sign off. And do not edit that sound of you drinking through a straw, Chris. Leave that in. No,
that was coming through.
Everyone heard it all over the globe. Anyway. All by way of saying, we'll be back in a couple of weeks, bigger and better than ever. In the meantime, subscribe at twitch.tv/Mr. Dave Hill. That's Mr. Dave Hill. And in the meantime, if you're lonely, I will occasionally be popping on and practicing guitar and probably just spurting out random musings to the camera while I'm at it.
Your sound's starting to cut in and out again, so this episode's on the verge of being unreleasable too.
Okay. Tell me that chord I need to get.
All right. I'll send you a link. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you real soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
If you're sick of constantly arguing with the people closest to you about topics that really aren't going to change the world, we're here to take that stress off of your shoulders. We take care of it for you on We Got This with Mark and Hal.
That's right, Hal. If you have a subjective question that you want answered objectively once and for all time for all of the people of the world, questions like, who's the best Disney villain, Mac or PC, or should you put ketchup on a hot dog? That's why we're here.
Yes, I get that these are the biggest questions of our time, and we're often joined by special guests like Nathan Fillion, Orlando Jones, and Paget Brewster. So let Mark and Hal take care of it for you on We Got This with Mark and Hal, weekly on Maximum Fun.
We have wasted this world. Our magic put a storm in the sky that has rendered the surface of our planet uninhabitable. But beneath the surface, well, that's another story entirely. In a city built leagues below the apocalypse, survivors of the storm forge paths through a strange new world. Some seek salvation for their homeland above. Others seek to chart the vast undersea expanse outside the city's walls. And others still seek, what else? Fortune and glory. Dive into the Ether Sea, the latest campaign from the Adventure Zone, every other Thursday on MaximumFun.org or wherever you listen to podcasts.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture.
Artist owned.
Audience supported.